I'm tired. uh, this isn't really anything. This is going to be me kind of talking into my microphone, hopefully not stuttering too much. And I guess I'm going to be overall practicing just kind of doing so. I need to be able to get more comfortable with it. If I do have these grand aspirations of somehow trying to be some kind of entertainer, um, I always feel like I have a lot to say, and that a lot of what I have to say could be good, could be quality, could in some circumstances help people or like make them laugh, make them feel either good or bad. Honestly, depending on the medium and what I'm trying to accomplish. Uh, but I always struggle with finding a way to say it, how to put it out there. Um, I hate myself. I despise the way I look, every aspect of me. But I do this, or I'm trying to do this anyway. And I was listening to a podcast from Smosh the other day, who had Will Neff on. And Will Neff is a big popular streamer and podcaster, and just overall, like, he's kind of like a renaissance man. He seems to be able to do, like, anything and do it well. Um, Definitely a guy that, like, I wish I could be like. And definitely a guy, too, that I wish I, like, had in my life in some way. Not to be parasocial, but I don't know. I think a little bit of being parasocial is okay, just a little bit though. Obviously, you don't want to go overboard, and like, I'm not insinuating that me and Will would ever be friends or nothing like that. But he's the kind of guy that I feel like everybody kind of needs in their life. From everything that I've seen from him, basically. Um, and again, just kind of going off of his online persona. Again, don't know the guy, but you get the point. I say that because he just genuinely seems like such a good and helpful person, but he also seems like the kind of person that will push you to better yourself and like genuinely push you. Because I feel like when people say, or I guess when you hear about people who like push other people to be better, so often I find at least that what they really mean is that this person is a dick, kind of full stop. Like, some cases, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess what I'm trying to say is tough love and being pushed can immensely be a good thing. But at least for me in my life, that's not something that I've seen or experienced a whole lot of. And I feel like Will is the kind of person that can do that to people. But he's also the kind of person that, again, for just going off of what I've seen from the guy, um, he seems like the kind of person that can also genuinely just kind of uh, not tough love you, if that makes sense. But yeah, he's also just very skilled in like everything. He apparently, when he was young, he helped rebuild a barn in Michigan, which actually home state, go me. Uh, and won some award with it, I believe, with some family member of his, I think. But also, he's just an overall comedian. He worked for BuzzFeed. He's applied to places like SNL, and they've kind of stolen a skit from him, Loki. And yeah, he's just really talented. It goes without saying too that he's a very muscular and handsome guy. And I'm not, so that's something that I again aspire to be. But he also, what I find relatable about Will is that he's talked about actually a lot about how he doesn't like his face, which is strange to me because like if I had his face, I would be very happy. But he says, from if I'm understanding him correctly, and again, I'm going off of the Smosh podcast that he did. He feels like his face doesn't match who he is on the inside, which I find interesting and relatable and confusing, but also reassuring. Because I often feel that way about myself. Um, in a way, I guess. Because, I don't know, this image of me I have in my head is funny. He's confident. He can talk. He can be charismatic. Uh, he can be the star in the room, basically. Um, and I still, to this day, like many young boys did growing up, have like daydreams about like, well, you know how like young kids would always like daydream about saving the school from some terrorist attack, or a lot of people even to this day have that fantasy of like, oh, the pilot is knocked out, we need somebody to fly the plane, and then, excuse me, you as a person, as the person in the dream, are like, yeah, I got it, and then you land the plane. Um, that's kind of similar to how I imagine myself in my head, honestly. And I don't know if that's hubris, narcissism, or what. But it's strange to me because I also feel totally the opposite. Because I am nevertheless always thinking of how inferior I am to everyone around me. And I don't mean some people, I mean everyone. And constantly. They say comparison is the thief of joy. And yeah, it is. I just don't know how to stop comparing. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to compare myself to people now in a way that is less about belittling myself and more in a way to find inspiration, to find motivation, I guess. And so recently I've been kind of looking at Will as somebody to kind of do that with. And again, I don't know if this is healthy or not. I should be abundantly clear. But I'm trying to compare myself to him in a way where I can go like, okay, this guy, because he also grew up poor like I did. And that's another thing about Will and I guess myself. So we have a guy who grew up poor and has never really liked his looks, but he has achieved so much that I feel like basically anybody around him or any objective third-party onlooker would look at him and go, that is a successful man. You know, he's handsome, physically fit as all hell, extremely talented, funny, creative, natural entertainer. He's got a lot of good friends. He's a guy who can love you the traditional ways or give you some tough love if needed. And those are all traits that I aspire to have. And, again, I don't really know what the point of this video is. Well, I do. Is to try and make myself a little bit more comfortable talking in front of the camera and to the camera. And weirdly, I do feel a little bit more comfortable already. Just kind of going off my thoughts here. But again, I don't really know what I can do with this, but I don't know. We'll worry about that later. This probably just is a practice recording and nothing more. Anyway, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought, but I guess what I was trying to say is I'm trying to get more comfortable with myself, and I'm trying to slowly work toward things that I think I will enjoy more, and toward the vision of myself that I think I can be, or at least the vision of myself in my head, or the vision of myself that my head thinks it can be, if that makes sense. And in doing so, I'm trying to take some inspiration from Will Neff. Similarly, he's a big gym head. Now, I am terrified of the gym. And I've got many reasons for not going to the gym, but the thing is... Now, what's this? What's the saying go? There's always going to be a reason not to do something. So I need to just kind of get my head out of my ass and do it anyway. Even if I hate it, I can do it hatefully. You know what I mean? Even if I don't like it, I don't have to like it so long as I'm doing it. Because I know in the long term it will better me. So I think what I'm going to do is either today or tomorrow, I'm going to go down to Planet Fitness and get a gym membership. And I'm going to ask him there. I'm going to be straight up, upfront and honest. Be like, hey, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I'm kind of fat. And I don't know how any of these machines work. I know you, the clerk, in this hypothetical scenario, it's not your job to make me fit. You know, you're not a physical trainer. I don't know, maybe you are, but I'm not paying you. But are there any resources here that can help me? Are there pamphlets? Are there nice people who I can ask how to run the machines. Can you show me how to run the machines? Um, yeah. And part of the reason I'm doing that too is because I found out recently, or somewhat recently, that my work will reimburse you up to $200 worth of uh, stuff to help you improve your physical health, basically. Whether that be a gym membership, a treadmill, or whatever. So I want to do that. And honestly, just doing that kind of terrifies me. um, but I'm gonna do it nonetheless. And I guess to wrap, I want to say that I don't know. Part of me does want to upload this to YouTube as a vlog on like some side channel, maybe even my personal channel. Not that I anticipate getting any following whatsoever, and in fact, I would kind of prefer this video to not get any views whatsoever. But again, if I'm gonna be doing this, trying this YouTube thing, and trying to get better at being okay with myself, I've got to do that. And I think too, if I do get people looking at me, or the video, I should say, even if it's just one person, that I think will, how do I put this? It will be something I'll have to kind of reckon with, one way or the other. Where, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't know how I'll react if I get a view or if I don't. But yeah, I think overall, it'd be a good first step. And plus, I don't know, maybe I will try to edit this a little bit and maybe cut out some stuttering. Maybe not. Maybe I'll try to put in a meme. I don't know. Also, fair warning, this has probably been cringe as hell, and anything I post will probably be cringe. I am a 30-year-old unk. I just kind of am. I'm not gonna lie to you or try to be cool or nothing. Although I want to improve myself, I'm not looking to change who I am. Does that make sense? I want to grow, not be different. Be a little bit different, but you know what I mean. I don't want to not be Clay. Which is an interesting thing for me to hear myself say, I can't lie. But, you know, we try. We try this. And so, anywho, yeah, I think I will upload this. The day recording is 7/11/2026. 7/11, kind of funny. Yeah, so maybe I'll upload this tomorrow if I get a chance. Again, I could today, maybe, but I kind of don't know about editing and then have to make a new profile, and I've got a few other things going on. Maybe this is me making excuses for myself. Maybe it's not. I get overwhelmed pretty easily. That's another thing where I'm trying to work on. But yeah, I don't know. So I guess to actually finally wrap things up, truthfully this time, if you have been watching, I appreciate it, honestly. Let me know if anything of what I said has resonated with you at all. If all you want to do is comment, hey, you're a fat chud, honestly, that's fine too. It's a view, I guess, you know, and whether I make my way into some sort of professional creative career or not, I'm going to have to deal with some sort of hate, so honestly, sure. Either way, though, thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I don't know if I have resonated with any of you at all. Know that you're not alone, as cheesy as that fucking sounds. I get it, believe me. But I don't know, it's, for me at least, it's one of those things where knowing that there are others out there in the world that have at least similar issues or have had similar issues to me can be re-encouraging. Because for me, like, not to go off on another tangent, I'll be very quick. I feel lonely all the time. This is going to be called Loser, the vlog. But, you know, knowing other people out there that feel similarly, you know, lessens that loneliness at least a little bit. So, anywho, I guess, again, thank you for watching. And hopefully, whatever the hell this is, can be the start of something a little bit better than how things have been. Um, so much love for you and me both. I've been Clayton, and have a good one. Bye bye.